Hello and welcome back. This is Anna Kitney from Bergeron. So I've got a very exciting but somewhat gross topic to talk to you about today. So we're talking about detoxing for health and specifically how to do a parasitic cleanse. In the Northern Hemisphere right now, it is spring. And this is the best time to detox, And so I'm going to cover some of the common types of microbes that can cause an infection in your body and make you feel unwell. Also, the emotional component that can attract these things into your body. And then finally, like a step-by-step process on how to safely do a parasitic detox using herbs. So this is going to be interactive. So as I'm talking, post your questions and comments, and I'll try and get to as many of them as possible. So I learned about this particular topic of parasites many, many years ago, and it really, shocked me. But if you think about it, when you were kids, in school, your parents probably did, sort of deworming. And as we start to, kind of grow up, it becomes kind of like a taboo subject. It's not something that adults generally talk about. It's not in the media. Certainly doctors don't check for it, but it can cause a whole host of physical symptoms, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. So you may have a parasitic infestation. So let's get started. So why is it important to detox? The first thing is you're obviously going to have far more energy to go through your day. Physically, if you are trying to launch or grow your business, you're trying to have enough energy for your day to be able to work as well as be present at home with your family. You're going to need energy to do that. And what I've seen in my practice is a lot of people are very physically tired and exhausted, and they're constantly tired and exhausted. So that's actually one of the symptoms of a parasitic infestation is constant tiredness and exhaustion, usually headaches and dizziness and things like that. Okay, so disease can form in a number of ways in the body. One of the most, common causes of disease in the body is environmental. So the environment could be linked to, for example, viruses, bacteria, fungus, mold in the house, heavy metals, and so forth. So that could be environment. It could also be chemicals in your environment as well. So, for example, lead in paints, pesticides in foods. We talked about some of that in yesterday's Facebook Live. So if you haven't watched that, go check that out after this video. As well as the toxins that are poured into our atmosphere through pollution as well. All of this takes its toll on our body, and it can create illness. That's one of the most common explanations for why disease occurs in the body. The second thing is genetic. So you in your DNA may have a genetic predisposition for a disease. Doesn't mean you're necessarily going to get the disease just because you're a carrier of a particular condition like, for example, arthritis, osteoporosis, some types of cancer. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get the disease. You're just a carrier. But one of the causes can be genetic, and this can be addressed with theta healing. And then finally, the third is the emotional and the energetic. There may be belief systems that are causing or creating illness in your body. So I'm going to be talking more about that today. This is the big part of what we'll cover today, is an energy clearing session to clear some of these belief systems that create disease and illness in the body. Okay, so let's kind of talk about viruses. So on an energetic frequency, viruses are linked to worthiness issues. So if you are constantly getting coughs and colds and infections, then you've got some worthiness issues. So essentially, your energy is vibrating at the same frequency of this virus, and this is why it can take over your body. So for most people, our immune systems are quite strong, and we are fighting viruses in our body. So your body right now may be fighting off maybe several viruses, and you may not be showing any symptoms of being sick. And in fact, you're well because your immune system is fighting off these viruses. But if the virus takes hold of your body, on some level, you are matching that frequency with that virus. On some level, you're not feeling worthy. So not feeling worthy as a mother, not feeling worthy as a husband, not feeling worthy in your career, not feeling worthy to earn more money in your life and business, not feeling worthy to belong and fit in with a group of friends. There's so many different frequencies of not feeling worthy. Okay, and the next one, bacteria. So the emotional component of bacteria is guilt. Okay, so you're sitting in a restaurant, you and your friend both order the chicken, and you're the one that ends up home with agonizing pain and vomiting, and you're the one with the chicken with the salmonella. Why? Because on some level you are feeling guilty. Again, you're a vibrational match to the to the bacteria that you attracted to you. So the plate came towards you because of the frequency you're giving off, because on some level you held guilt. So feeling guilty for not doing enough, not sacrificing yourself for other people, feeling guilty because somehow you're being selfish if you make time for self-care, and so forth. So there's many reasons why you may feel guilty. Okay, next, fungus, candida, mold, and yeast. So an overriding emotional component of that, of those microbes, is essentially resentment. I remember when we moved into our second house, we had literally mold growing up along the side of the wall where we had this spiral staircase. I had a lot of resentment towards the spiral staircase because once I had small children, it wasn't safe for them. Second thing is, it was very difficult to get furniture up and down the staircase, and also to replace that staircase was going to be very, very expensive. So I had resentment towards that staircase, and so hence the mold started to show up in the wall. So it can be, for example, like if anyone suffered from athlete's foot, so that's again fungus between the toes. So like resenting having to move forward, standing in a situation you can't stand, being made to do something you don't want to do, and resenting the person that's making you do that. Or even resenting yourself for tolerating a situation you can't stand in. So hopefully you're kind of getting the idea of how our beliefs are linked to our environment. And then, the issues of resentment, procrastination, feelings of lack of support, as well as anger issues. And incidentally, heavy metals can actually create suicidal thoughts as well. As heavy metals can be in like amalgamide fillings. Heavy metals can be found in like toxic fumes from like factories and things like that, and waste products. Okay, and then finally parasites, which I'm going to be going a little bit more in depth later today. So parasites is this feeling of being sucked dry, being taken advantage of. These are all your belief systems and programs about boundaries. Are you able to say no? Are you able to stand up for yourself? Do you allow others to hook into it and zap your energy? So are you the friend that kind of sits through an entire meal with a friend and all they do is talk about themselves for the hour? They ask you how you are, and they're not really listening, they're not really interested, and promptly change the subject to themselves. And so many, many years ago, I went through the process of really eliminating a lot of my friends because I was allowing them to suck me dry. And that's not just to be cruel or unkind, it's just they simply, I wasn't receiving, and that's because of the vibration I was at. So once I increased my self-worth, was able to receive, clear my beliefs about being sucked dry, simply these people either gravitated away from me, or I simply just unfriended some people from social media. And this is something I may ask you to do at the end. So yeah, being sucked dry, not feeling worthy, giving away your power, not being able to say no. And there's this victim energy, the poor me. My husband's doing this to me, the boss is doing this to me, it's the economy, there's nothing I can do. And continuing to stay in energy of blame. Okay, I'm getting distracted by all the hearts. You guys are resonating. I'm so glad. You're definitely on the right call. Wow, lots of people have joined. Thank you guys. Welcome. Some of my students as well. Hi, Nicole. Hello, my lovely. Hello. I'm in your neck of the woods now. I'm in the US. Hi, Shah. Mira. Hello, Mira. Hello, Kelly again. I think you were here yesterday. Maria, Fazima. Welcome back. Liz, hi Liz. Zenia, hello, you were here yesterday as well. I love you too, Zenia. I love you too. Okay, guys, let's dive deep. So some of you are not theta healers, so I'm going to explain a concept of muscle testing. Muscle testing is a diagnostic tool to find limiting beliefs and change them to empowering ones. So the easiest method is the standing method. So I'm going to do a quick demonstration so you can see what that looks like. Okay, the standing method is probably one of the most accurate, and that's where people trust themselves most. So I'm just going to stand up, and I'm going to stand sideways so you can see. So you're going to stand up, and you're going to have your feet hip width apart. Just softening your knees, not bending, but just softening, okay? And so with your eyes closed, and it doesn't matter which direction you face, with your eyes closed, you're just going to say yes, yes, yes. And you just relax your muscles, and your body will go forwards, okay? And then go back to center, and you make this statement out loud, no, no, no. And your body will go backwards. Okay, so if you're rigid and it's like, I'm always have to be maintaining control, you won't go forwards or backwards because you're too rigid. Just relax your muscles, relax, and just feel where your body wants to go. Sometimes people do like a shimmy, like left and right. That usually tells me it's a no. Like you don't want to know that it's a limiting belief is a yes. So you'll shimmy, but actually it's more than likely that you have that belief. But most people either go forwards or backwards. It's very important that you are hydrated. So if you haven't got some water next to you, take a big drink. Okay. And that hydrates the body, it strengthens your energy field, and you can begin testing other things. For example, I'm a woman. Okay, good. Back to center, I'm a man. Okay, so now we know our diagnostic tool is working. So very important is that you are hydrated. Sometimes you need to zip up your energy, and so what you do is you take your hand from basically sort of a root chakra up, and you just zip yourself up over your head. Okay, and that just strengthens your energy field. But for most people, you know, having a glass of water is more than sufficient to make sure that muscle testing is working correctly. Okay, so it's really important that you make the statement out loud. Don't just think it, say it out loud, and just wait for the response your body gives you. Okay, it's really important to be detached from what the answer you get, because if you do have a limiting belief, it's about being really honest. If you have a limiting belief, then I can change it today. Okay, but if you deny yourself the truth, then you deny yourself that healing, essentially. Okay, all right, so I'm going to just tune in to everyone listening as well as to the replay as well. So if you're watching the replay, this healing will still work. So I'm just going to do an energy clearing using Thea healing. So I'm just going to tune in to everybody in the group and see what work we need to do with you guys. Okay, so I want you to stand up, and you're going to make the statement out loud and see what belief you get. Okay, so let's a muscle test. I know how to say no. And just see, does your body go forwards or backwards? Okay, let's check. I'm afraid to say no. Okay, make a mental note. Did you go forwards or backwards? Okay, check another one. So back to center again. If I say no, I let others down. Okay, that's actually a really common limiting belief. Okay, if I say no, I'll be punished. Okay, good. Okay, next, I am worthless. Okay, let's check another one. So this may not be relevant for everybody. So I'm a failure as a mother. Or you could say father if you're a man. Okay, let's check again. I'm a failure. I'm a failure as a wife. Or if you're a gentleman, you'd say husband. Okay. I'm a failure as a business person. So I'm just checking all your worthiness issues, guys. So we can change some of these. So we can create success in your loving relationships, you know, parenting, as well as in your businesses if you have them. Okay. Okay, let's check. I allow others to suck me dry. Okay. I allow others to take advantage of me. I have to sacrifice myself for others. It's wrong to put myself first. I am a victim. I am powerless. So many of these are it's limiting beliefs. So if you're going forwards for that, that actually means a yes. You have that belief in your subconscious mind, and we're going to be changing these. Okay. Check this one. I carry guilt to protect myself. Oh, that feels like a big one for you guys. Oh, that's heavy. Okay. This is a good one. I punish myself with guilt. Okay, that's plenty. I won't overload you. You guys are gonna like, I've got too many. Okay, well, this is part of a series. Don't panic. I'm here for you. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go up to the Creator, the Divine Energy, Universal Intelligence, God, whatever you call that, and I'm gonna make the changes. It's gonna be done on every level of your being. It's going to be done on all languages and all aspects. In order for me to do a healing for you, and again, if you listen to the recording, this will still work. Is you need to say yes. You don't need to post it in the chat. You can just say yes out loud, and the universe will hear you, and that essentially gives me permission to make the change. I understand that not everybody went yes for all of them. I'm just going to do a blanket healing for everybody, and then we'll muscle test again. So just grab a seat, have some water, and I'm going to do a clearing. Okay, so can the Creator of all that is teach you and show you that you know how to say no, when to say no, that it's safe to say no, without the fear of being attacked, punished, without the fear of letting others down. Would you like this? Thank you. Okay, I'm also going to ask the Creator just to heal anywhere where somebody told you no when you were quite young, that it meant that was a rejection of you and your self-worth. Because a lot of people, particularly healers, are really challenged by the word no. And just because somebody says no to you does not mean that you're not worthy of being helped, or that you're not lovable, or that you don't belong. So I'm just going to ask Creator to release anywhere that you as a person felt rejected as a result of somebody else saying no to you. So I have your permission for this. Thank you. Okay, I just want you to use your breath, and as you allow your breath to come into your body, the healing can come in. Just need to relax, let go. This is the healing from the Creator. It's not my truth. This has been given from the Creator. Good. Yeah, there's a little resistance. The reason why we want to put this in is to establish healthy boundaries so that you have the choice of when to say yes and when to say no, rather than always having to say yes. Okay, sometimes we say yes to people, but we really mean no, and then we get into guilt, and that makes it even worse, right? So I want you to, so that you can feel that you are saying no when you want to, and that you can say because you're choosing to, and not because you feel obligated or feel guilty if you don't. That's why. Okay, that's better. That's been accepted now. Good. Okay, so anyway, you feel like if you say no to others, that you're abandoning them, letting them down, not being a good friend, not being a good parent, not being a good mother. Let's release that. Okay, good. Because sometimes saying no is loving somebody. If people are always looking to you to bail them out, either with money or help or support, they're dumping their stuff on you. They never learn to be independent. They never learn to take responsibility for their life. So you, by you saying yes to everybody, or a particular person in your life that's sucking you dry, they never learn to be independent, self-sufficient. So you actually do a disservice to them. So sometimes you're being loving by saying no to somebody. You could say, no, but this is how you can do this for yourself. Yeah, and this is a wonderful way to empower other people rather than being people's savior. Okay, so I'm going to fire you from the job of being everyone's savior. Okay, so you're here to illuminate, awaken, and empower others through your knowledge and wisdom and skills and talents. Oh, that feels really good. Really good. That's all going into your heart. It's going down to your solar plexus. That's lovely. Really good. You may feel a little tingling in your solar plexus as this comes in, or you may feel your heart expanding. Okay, good. Okay. All right, so I'm going to ask the Creator just to release all feelings of feeling worthless. Worthless as a woman, as a man, a mother or father, husband or wife, girlfriend or boyfriend, work colleague, or a business owner. I'm going to ask Creator to release all aspects of feeling worthless, and show that you no longer need to hold on to that as a way to stay small, to protect yourself, or to stay small as a way to avoid failure. And the highest definition of failure is actually learning. Okay, so when we fall over, we pick ourselves up and we try again. Failure is when you give up. So let's just free you from the sphere of failure, knowing that you can persist towards success. Oh, that feels really good. Oh, very nice. Kind of see it going down people's shoulders, into their arms, into their hands to receive success. Fantastic. Everyone's aura is getting much bigger, expanding. Okay, don't shrink it. Stay expanded. Stay expanded to receive more. You're doing really well. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to free you from punishing yourself from all the mistakes of the past, because they were in fact learnings. So show that you no longer need to punish yourself for the mistakes of the past as a way to learn your lesson, or as a way to remember that lesson. Because if you keep punishing yourself, you're destined to repeat that mistake. You're using punishment as your form of growth, and it's time to end that now. So whenever I make a mistake, I look at what I did well first. What did I do well first? So can the great teacher show you how to recognize what you do well? To pat yourself on the back, to congratulate yourself, to recognize your gifts, talents, and abilities. To focus on the good, on the positive. Okay, good, that's better. And then once I've identified what I did well, then I look at what didn't go so well and what can I improve next time. So rather than thinking, oh, I'm such an idiot, I shouldn't have done that, I'm stupid, I'm not good enough, that self-talk has gone to, how can I improve this? What did not go well? What did I need to improve next time? And that's how we learn. So let's just allow creative teaching to show you how you can be honest with yourself and learn from your mistakes with grace and ease. Embrace those mistakes as learnings without feeling that mistakes without feeling that mistakes are life or death. Some of you have got like mistakes are life or death, so let's release that, wherever that's coming from. Some of you, it's like past life stuff, old genetic things. Just going to ask the creator to release on all levels. And so sometimes what we do is we turn, we make a mountain out of a molehill, and we get attached to the drama, which is a distraction from your mission and purpose. So let's just show you how you can address your mistakes simply, easily, quickly, efficiently, rather than wallowing in self-pity and victimhood. Yeah, that brings your energy down. Okay, good, that's better. Okay, again, lots of hearts. We're loving this. Good. Okay, all right, so can we free you from allowing others to suck you dry, others taking advantage of you, so you can be needed, wanted, loved, or belong? Is that okay? Again, if you say yes out loud, this will be given to you on all levels, in all languages, without feeling that you're the bad daughter or the bad son or wife or husband or friend. Okay, allow creator to teach you and show you what it feels like and what it looks like to have healthy boundaries in all areas of your life, without feeling selfish, without feeling you're letting others down. And can we release any guilt or shame for where you sucked others dry, or you felt like you used others and took advantage? Can we release that as well? Thank you. Free you from having to give away your power to others as a way to help them or save them or rescue them. And let's release this illusion that you have that you are powerless, that you have no power. Let's release that illusion. And replace it with Creator's truth that you are powerful beyond measure, and to recognize that power and use that power wisely. And so and can we release the point of trauma where you misused your power? Maybe you had a younger sibling and you got jealous of the new baby, and you hit the baby and you got punished and attacked for it. Okay, so anywhere from point of trauma that you misused your power. Okay, let's just release that, replace with forgiveness. Is that okay? Thank you. Amazing. Good. Let it go. Let it go. It's time to let go of that old story that your power is dangerous. So true power is when you empower others to be their best self. True power is recognizing your self-worth and honoring that. So let's just teach what it looks like and feels like to honor your self-worth through healthy boundaries and self-care. And we talked about self-care yesterday as well in our last Facebook Live. Okay, so I'm going to detach you from connecting to this archetype of the victim. Anybody who's using like the so I give this analogy in my classes. It's like when you've got that violin and you're playing that squeaky violin, like, oh, woe is me, poor me, this is happening to me, right? And you get pity from people, which you think is love. Okay, it's a very destructive pattern to be in. So if you catch yourself in that, playing that, right, throw the violin out, let go of that story. You hold yourself back. You're not getting love, you're getting pity. And it really keeps you trapped in that victim energy. And so you can't move forward. You're literally giving away your power. And we know in manifesting, what we affirm, we create. So if you keep talking about all the things that are going wrong in your life, complaining, whinging, whining, the poor me story, and that may be the financial disaster you've created or the sickness in your body. If you keep talking the poor me, it keeps you trapped in that energy. You continue to manifest the financial disaster or the disease in your body. So it's very, very important. In a healing session with a practitioner, we have the conversation about that story, but with the intention is to identify what are you learning from it so we can release it, and then it's done. So it's 30 minutes or an hour. You're not sitting retelling that story in therapy for years and years and years. It's not going to facilitate a healing for you, talking about your mummy and daddy issues for years and years and years about what they did to you. It doesn't serve you. You get in there and you get out, you address what the lesson is for you. And that's why I love this work, is that it's incredibly empowering because you understand why you've created this situation for yourself. So let me give you an example. So people will stay in victim energy because they're getting this energy which they think is love, but in fact it's pity. People feel sorry for me. People bail me out. And so you may be that person where people are consistently kind of feeling sorry for you, and that's how you're accepting or receiving love, is through this pity, and it's very unhealthy. Another way to stay in victim energy is a fear of taking responsibility. I had a client with chronic fatigue, and that's caused by the Epstein-Barr virus, and it attacks the mitochondria so that the body can't produce like energy for the person to go through their day. And from some days they're okay, they can get about and walk about. Other days they can't even leave the bed. They have to close the curtains. It's a very debilitating condition, but it changes from day to day. But it physically it debilitates a person, and that's caused by the Epstein-Barr virus. But in this particular client, she was terrified. She was terrified that if she healed from this condition, that she would have to go back to work and start earning money. She had been on benefits, on illness benefits from the government for like the last 10 years. And, obviously not happy that she's unwell, she's sick, she's physically tired. That's like the poor side of the equation. But the positive side was that the government paid her money every month, took care of her. She didn't have to worry about going for a job, getting hired or fired, having people depending on her. She was terrified. She became institutionalized. So this is the situation, she was terrified of healing because of that. So she stayed in that victim energy. So yeah, we talk more about that in our classes. Can we just really surrender the story of being the victim, the poor me? And I don't mean to be dispassionate, but I really do need to fire you from that job so you can claim your power and really stand up and be your beautiful true self. You've got gifts, talents, and abilities waiting to serve us, to be out there in the world, and you're just sitting on the sidelines. And stop it. It's time to stand up and do your mission and your purpose. And you're going to feel so fulfilled. You're going to jump out of bed each day, living, sleeping, breathing your dream life. But that means letting go of that story that is attached to your identity of being the victim, being powerless. There's poor me. So if you are ready, then we'll do this healing. So just tell me in the chat that you are ready to let go of your story. Yes. Good. Thank you. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, let's do this. Close your eyes and just take a nice deep breath. Allow that divine energy to come in through your crown chakra. It'll come in through all your body and just almost feel like a waterfall is rushing over all your cells, your systems, all your organs, all your chakras, just transmitting all that worthlessness, that victim energy, and transforming it into love and power, true power. Use your breath. Let go of any resistance. Don't try and direct or push the energy. Just use your breath and let it flow all the way through your body, down your arms, shoulders, fingertips, legs, toes. Good. Awesome. Well done. Well done. Very good. Okay. So let's free you from having to punish yourself with guilt to protect yourself, or holding on to the guilt as a reminder of the lesson. Can we release this? Is that okay? Thank you. Good, good. And let's bring through Claire's definition, the same perspective of power, the highest definition of power, what it means to be powerful. Okay, and teaching you what it feels like, what it looks like to belong, to be a part of something, to belong to your tribe or your family, to belong to community, to belong to this planet without sacrificing yourself or your power, without feeling trapped by the density of this earth as well. Thank you. Good, good. Almost there. So the next thing I'm going to do with you guys is a cord cutting exercise. So intuitively, I tend to see cords and hooks predominantly from the solar plexus, and where we either hook into other people or other people hook into us. So these are like usually ropes or chains. They tend to be quite heavy and dense. Like, for example, the cord of light between you and your mother, the umbilical cord of light can never be cut. That's you having a soul connection to your mother. That's not what we're talking about. But what we're talking about is like a darker, denser cord of maybe resentment or anger towards your mother if she neglected you or abandoned you or punished you. That's the cord that we're going to be cutting today. So you may, some of you are like, oh my God, I've got lots of cords. Oh, we're going to be releasing those. So we're going to be cutting these cords. You can imagine like Archangel Michael with his shield and sort of light slicing through it. You may see it burning away. You may see it dissolving away. However you perceive this healing, it's going to be released. And sometimes it's from the front and sometimes it's from the back. So generally, if they're in the back, they're like old cords you've been holding on to, like old friends and things like that, that you're still carrying. So sometimes people will hook into you like suckers. It's like an octopus. They'll hook into you, and it's like the friend that's on the phone to you, bitching and whining for an hour about her boyfriend. And every time you keep giving her advice, she's like, "Oh yeah, but I love him. Yeah, but he pays the rent." And actually, like, you need to put the phone down because she's not ready for the healing. She's not ready to be supported. And what she's doing is just whinging and whining to you for an hour and not really allowing you to help her by giving her good advice, like it's time to move on, it's time to let him go. And so she's resisting. So this is where we allow others to hook into us and suck us dry. They pull energy from us. This could be your mother. And I've seen this in many different cultures with many different clients, where the mother will play the role of like the damsel in distress, creating sickness and illness, woe is me, poor me, as a way to get the attention of the family, because she doesn't know how to receive or accept love in a normal way. And so she creates these dramas to suck her family in, and they all feel guilty that they have to come and rescue her and take care of her, and that's the way she gets loved. So it's a very destructive relationship pattern that you have with if that's your mother, then that's a very debilitating relationship, because that's not love. That's not love. That's manipulation. So it's not about being unkind, but we do need to cut those cords so that you re-educate that person who's sucking you dry. Say, hang on a minute, I'm not up for this. this is the kind of relationship I would like instead. So lovingly communicate your new standards for how you wish to be treated. Let me repeat that. Re-educating your friends and family for the new standards for how you wish to be treated. Okay. And some people go, oh, well, you're selfish. You've changed. And actually what you've done is you've increased your self-worth. You say no now, and you're no longer available for being sucked dry, being taken advantage of, and being manipulated. That's it. You're not being selfish. You're not being selfish. So that person says that, you'll find that you'll naturally gravitate away, and others will completely honor and respect your new decision, and your newfound sense of power and self-worth, and you become an inspiration for those people too. They will see, oh wow, like she's grown, her income has increased, or she's creating a healing business. He or she will see that you are doing better, and they'll be wondering, what did you do? And you're like, I changed my beliefs about my self-worth. I let go of allowing others to take advantage of me. I can now say no without feeling guilty. And I now am open for empowering my friends and family around me with love and compassion and care. Okay, so sometimes it's a little tough love. Okay, all right, so I'm going to ask the creator just to cut all the cords and hooks. So either people are hooked into you, or you've hooked into other people out of fear. So the boyfriend that's going to leave you, and you're desperately frightened, so you like sucker into him. Okay, we're going to release all those cords. It can also be to past relationships. So if you're thinking of an old ex, to this day, it maybe you have a hook or cord to that person, and sometimes there's an exchange of DNA as well. So we're going to be bringing back your bits of soul fragments, your bits of DNA, and his or her DNA will be bringing them back to them. Okay, you ready, guys? Okay. So with your permission, I'm going to ask the creator just to cut all the hooks and cords in the highest and best way on all levels. And again, bring your awareness to your body. Use your breath to feel. Okay, releasing these people with forgiveness. Letting go of any resentment, anger, anywhere that you felt rejected. Use your breath. Good. Well done. Okay, good. Some of you may, the people around you, some of them may feel that you've cut the cord. So you may get like a message or an email or a phone call, and that person may try to hook back into you. So this is where you mustn't allow it. So sometimes the other person on the other end of the cord will feel it. This sometimes does happen. So this is where it's an opportunity to say lovingly no. Lovingly no. And also emotionally as well. So that can sometimes happen. And then really lovingly express how you wish to be treated. So what are your new standards? Okay, guys. All right, so just bring all your energy back into the earth. Really ground yourself into Mother Earth so you can feel fully present in your body. Nice deep breath. And open your eyes. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to cover how to do a detox. I'm going to give you the list of herbs to take. I'll also post it in the chat below this video, so you get the links for which herbs to take. The names vary from country to country, but essentially it's the same herb, so you should be able to get it wherever you are in the world. Okay, so I'm going to give you the herbs first, and then the instructions how to take it. So the first is a black walnut and wormwood tincture. It comes in a little bottle. I think in the UK it's called Parafree. But it's designed to kill parasites. It's very, very bitter. It comes in a tincture. It is very bitter, and it's like 1 ml. I think it gives you the instructions on the box. It's 1 ml, and you take that daily, okay? And you take that, and I'm going to give you the recipe for it in the comments as well, what order you take things in. So black walnut and wormwood, and you're taking it every day. Next one is citricidal. Citricidal is otherwise known as grapefruit extract. So in the UK it's called citricidal. Very potent. You only need a drop. I think, no, sorry, correction. I think it's 10 drops. 10 drops, and you work your way up to 15, but they're tiny drops, but it's very, 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 again, very bitter. So you put your black walnut and wormwood into your glass of water, your citricidal, and you stir it and you drink it. It tastes disgusting, just so it's very, very bitter. Next is colloidal silver. Again, you can get that from a health food store, and it's a spray, so you can just spray that in your mouth. That also kills parasites. Okay, you can also do a little bit of oregano, so you can do oregano herbs in your cooking, and also a little bit of oregano oil. You don't take oregano oil consistently because it's quite harsh on the body, so you take it during the detox period, which is depending on whether you've done a detox or not ever, it's between 60 to 90 days. You've also got olive leaf extract, also it's in a tincture form, also very bitter, and you add that to your glass of water as well, so olive leaf extract. And then finally, diatomaceous earth. Diatomaceous earth is like, it literally is dirt. It's dirt, it's made from silica, and again, you put it in the glass of water, and I think it's like a teaspoon or a tablespoon. The instructions are on the packet. You mix it and you stir it, and as soon as you finish stirring, you drink it, because if you let it sit, the water and the dirt will separate because it doesn't dilute. So you need to mix it and drink it, and it does taste like dirt. And so the black walnut, wormwood, citricidal, the colloidal silver, the oregano, the olive leaf extract is designed to kill the parasites in your bloodstream, in between your interstitial fluids and things like that. So it's designed to kind of kill the parasites inside your body. The diatomaceous earth is designed to slice and dice the parasites in your intestinal tract. So if you've never done a parasitic cleanse, you may need to do it for 90 days, okay? And so generally the way it works is 25 days on, 5 days off, 25 days on, 5 days off, 25 days on, 5 days off. So what you would do is you would set a reminder on your phone for the days that you are taking your herbs and your days that are off, so that you can easily keep track of which are your off days. The reason why we have those 5 days off is so, I know it sounds gross, it's so that the little parasite eggs can hatch, so you can get the new babies. Okay, this is why we do the 5 days off. It gives you an opportunity to catch all the eggs that are being produced by the parasites. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like interesting images on Google on parasites if you want to do research around that. Parasites can cause a whole range of symptoms in the body, things like weight loss, and you can't put on weight and being hungry all the time. So don't assume if you're super skinny that that you're healthy. You may actually have parasites who are literally stealing your nutrients. So here you are putting these lovely, expensive, supplements and vitamins into your body, and your parasites are munching away and stealing those nutrients from you. So it's very important to get rid of those. In many cultures, foods were used in cooking as a way to help reduce parasitic infection. So, for example, garlic. Raw garlic, literally, like during my detox, I'll eat a whole clove of raw garlic, and literally I feel my stomach turning, and that's usually the parasite going, I'm dying, right? It's not you dying, it's the parasite dying, because the parasites will communicate thought forms like eat sugar, have the donut. Okay, you deserve it. This is a treat. It'll want you to consume sugar and processed foods because that's what it's feeding off and producing more. Okay, so these thought forms are not yours. They belong to these parasites. Candida also is fed by sugar as well. So these sugar cravings, these aren't your thought forms. Your body does not crave sugar. Okay, so during a parasitic detox, make sure you reduce, or if possible, avoid dairy and meat, okay, particularly the red meat, okay, avoiding processed foods and things like that, and certainly alcohol. You don't want to be drinking alcohol on a detox. It's just too much for your system to cope with. So that's going to be like 60 to 90 days of, staying off the wine, but the health benefits are going to be phenomenal. So things like exhaustion, bloating, nausea, vomiting, poor sleep, teeth grinding, gas, acne as well. I think a lady asked about acne in the other video. Acne can also be caused by parasites. So there's so many different symptoms that parasites cause that often people can be misdiagnosed by a doctor. You may be showing other symptoms and you may think, oh, I've got irritable bowel. No, you may have parasitic infection. So this is in spring, best time to detox. So I'm going to post the links to the herbs below this video, so you can go out and go get those and order those. So energetically, and physically, you need to be prepared to do a detox. As you're releasing the parasites from your body, you're going to feel a bit off for about a week or two. You might be a little bit cranky. Your skin may have a bit of a breakout, because as the parasites are dying, they're releasing toxins from the body, which is why you don't want to overload it with like meat, dairy, and alcohol. Like, it's just too much for your system. So really important to drink lots and lots of water, fresh fruit and vegetables, properly washed, fibrous vegetables as well, because what the fiber is going to do is literally going to take those dead and dying parasites and broom them away from your intestines, out of your body. So increasing fiber intake as well. So you kind of need to allow yourself to give yourself those 60, 90 days. So if you're in the middle of like something massive in your life, probably a detox is not the best thing for you right now. Wait till that is finished. Then you can mentally and emotionally have the space to be able to do the detox and keep up with it for the 60 to 90 days in length. So 25 days on, 5 days on, 25 days on. And so again, to make it really easy, you put it into your calendar, so you can easily, on your phone, to keep easy track of when you're supposed to take your herbs. So that's essentially the process of doing a detox. Now, if you have a severe acute illness, you need to do this with supervision with a nutritionist or a naturopath who's trained, because sometimes there may be, your colon may be blocked with a lot of mucoid plaque. Mucoid plaque is essentially like a very old fecal matter that's gotten trapped in your intestines, and that can also make you very, very toxic. If it stays in there too long, it goes via the villi inside your intestines and into your bloodstream and actually contaminate your bloodstream. So it can lead to like blood poisoning and things like that. So if you have acute illness or disease or severely obese, then this must be done with supervision of a licensed naturopath and nutritionist who can kind of monitor you as well. But for most people, this is very easy to do. You can obviously, include some of the foods that are great to help kill off parasites anyway. So if you're not able to do the parasitic detox, you can have these foods. So garlic is great, particularly raw garlic. Raw garlic is great. Ginger. Okay, ginger. We've got pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds. Okay, raw fresh coconut, pomegranates, papaya. Okay, thyme, using and cooking with thyme, and also you could use the essential oil. I used doTERRA. Cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is great, so you can use that on your roasted vegetables. Turmeric. So people in India use turmeric, and that was a natural anti-parasitic and antimicrobial spice. So these are some foods that you can start to incorporate in your day-to-day life to start to reduce parasitic infestation. So parasites, they're everywhere. Unfortunately, they're in fruits, vegetables, meat, in drinking water, and so it's about really keeping them at bay. So today's work was really around clearing the beliefs that attracted these things in the first place. And now that you have healthier boundaries and you can say no to people without being, and not allowing people to suck you dry, you're going to attract less parasites to you. So it's already going to start to have a mild parasitic detox in your body already, just by changing the beliefs that literally you're no longer a vibrational match to the parasites. And then obviously following through with the foods that you can use to start to get them out of your system. And then finally, if you are ready for the detox, I'll put the links to the herbs in the chat below. Okay, and you can order those. So we're just about to the end now. So we've got a workshop coming up tomorrow in London. So if you are around, one of my wonderful instructors, Scarlett Kamesis, she has a wealth of knowledge about nutrition and health. So she's doing a workshop tomorrow in London, Crazy Sexy Health, and she'll be delving more deeply into doing detoxing and covering different types of detoxing, including liver cleanses as well, using olive oil. So she'll do, and other cleanses as well, so that you can really revitalize your health. So I'll put the link below this video as well. All right, thank you so much, guys. So I am back tomorrow for another one. This is part of a series. So there'll be more energy clearing. We'll take up to the next level to really empower you to have wonderful health and vitality. So that will be tomorrow. It'll be, I'll do it tomorrow at 6 p.m. British Summer Time, 6 p.m. British Summer Time. So if you are coming to the workshop with Skylar, then you can join my Facebook Live afterwards. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you. So I'm getting lots of hearts. You enjoyed this. If there's anything else you want me to cover, any other topic or block that you may have, then obviously put that in the chat and I'll cover that in future Facebook Live series. So if there's a particular health challenge or concern or belief you've been really stuck with, let me know and I'll do a clearing on a future Facebook Live. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. British Summer Time. So for me, it's like 10 o'clock now. I am starving. I'm off to Whole Foods for some green smoothies in a acai bowl. I'm so looking forward to it. So yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Mwah. Bye.